Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Hopefully, this week I'll try to do a live chat. I've not been able to do a live chat recently. Several viewers contacting me. Uh, this week, hopefully, we'll resume a live chat. Two news stories. First one is from the Amhara region. First incident, confirmed incident involving kidnapping for ransom in Amhara. Uh, and the victims are foreigners. This is the first incident involving foreigners where they were kidnapped and they had to pay ransom for their release in the Amhara region. Who kidnapped them? Secondly, was Eritrea, an Eritrean man living abroad. I cannot disclose his identity. Shared his story with me. He said, Sajid, could you please do a video on that? This is not my, he said, this is not my personal story. Other Eritreans are suffering as well, but they cannot speak. If they speak, their families could be in trouble. Let's start from the Amhara region, viewers, where Fano and military both claim to be in control. Fano fighters say that 70-80% of Amhara region is under their control. Their administration expands. It's still expanding. It has reached around 70-80% of total Amhara areas. Government makes counterclaims. It says that except a few areas, the entire Amhara is under government administrative control. Fano fighters on the run. They are trying to take shelter, refuge in neighboring countries. When it comes to responsibility, who will take the responsibility? I mean, if something happens in a zone of the Amhara region, who will take the responsibility? Who will take the responsibility for this incident which happened? Confirmed. Well, South Sudanese students were kidnapped in the Amhara region a few days ago. 7 South Sudanese students were kidnapped, students from South Sudan. They were going to Injibara University from Addis Ababa. When they entered Gojam, their bus entered Gojam, the bus was intercepted by armed groups. And 7 were kidnapped. There were several other students too in the bus, but only South Sudanese, foreigners, they were kidnapped. Ransom was demanded. How much was demanded? $8,000 for the release of each of these South Sudanese students. South Sudanese embassy in Ethiopia was involved too. But obviously, Ethiopian military, Ethiopian forces are generally helpless when people are kidnapped and ransom is demanded. Either they're helpless or they're not interested in taking action. We saw that in Oromia too, that whenever people were kidnapped, some students were kidnapped, and the Oromia government claimed to have secured the release of students, but students had to pay ransom to be released. So in Oromia, where there is relative peace, security forces are helpless or they're not interested in confronting these kidnappers. In Amhara, situation, is very volatile. Security situation is definitely not enviable. So here, armed groups are stronger. Ransom had to be paid for the release of the students. How much, not clear. Generally, I think the demand is always high, but then kidnappers come down. We don't know how much ransom was paid, but the 7 South Sudanese students have been released after paying ransom. This is the first confirmed kidnapping for ransom incident involving foreigners. Locals have been kidnapped in Amhara. Kidnapping for ransom is not new in Amhara. But I have not been able to confirm an incident which involves foreigners. Sudanese refugees, you saw what happened to them in Amhara when they entered Amhara. Fano fighters were accused of carrying out attacks on the camps of Sudanese refugees. And Sudanese refugees had to return to their country because of these attacks by allegedly by Fano fighters. Now, kidnapping for ransom in the heart of Amhara, the stronghold of Fano. This area is the stronghold of Fano. No statement from Fano group so far. Who is behind this kidnapping for ransom incident? Fano groups? Kujum Fano? Where is Asras Maradamte? Where is the Minakasi who claims to be alive? He should do a video if he's alive and tell the people what happened to South Sudanese students who kidnapped them, who released them. Will they be quick to give an interview to Messi McConnell, to Haptamo, to others to share the facts with the people? And what about the government? Erega Kabbede claims to the president, strong president, military claims to be in control. Where is Ababotadase? Foreigners are being kidnapped. They have to pay ransom. It means that there is no functional government in the Amhara region. Secondly, viewers, Eritrea, a man from Eritrea living abroad, has shared his story without mentioning his name. I want to share that with you. I confirm this story. Generally, whenever people share information with me, I verify from multiple sources. Then I make a video on that. And I think I have found my sources, my viewers, very reliable. Whenever they share information with me, they never tell lies. So I would give credit to viewers. Their sources are viewers. Viewers share information, they share their personal experience, and majority of them speaks the truth. I like that. The story is of a man living abroad, Eritrean living abroad, diaspora community member. He said, Sajid, I send money to my family members in Eritrea, but they cannot withdraw this money at once. The government has imposed restrictions on the withdrawal. For example, if he sends around $1,000 to his family in Eritrea, the family will take around a month to withdraw this money in parts on daily basis. If 20 or $30 withdrawal is allowed, so you can imagine how much time it would take to withdraw $1,000. And he said that if I send $1,000, my family does not get $1,000. Commission is charged. Banks use the money, and the family gets money in parts. Unfair, very unfair, obviously. Eritrean government relies on the remittances sent by diaspora community. Diaspora community definitely has every right to gain access to the money, which to send this money to the families, and families have every right to gain access to this money at once. Why should they withdraw money in parts? It's their money. It came from abroad. They have to pay taxes too, and then they cannot withdraw money at once. Unfair. Maybe because it's because the Eritrean government does not want people to be in possession of large amounts of money. If it happens, maybe they can try to organize against the government. And secondly, the government wants to be in control of the flow of remittances. It wants to make use of remittances. It does not want free flow of remittances from diaspora directly to family members. It wants to hold them for some time so that it can manage to keep its foreign exchange reserves to a sufficient level. But that's unfair with those who send the money, and unfair for those who receive the money in parts after paying taxes. Thank you for watching.